Worldwide, the new coronavirus has infected 3.71 million and killed more than 258,000 people. Meanwhile, more than 4.6 billion across the globe have been in lockdown to help prevent spread of the virus. The World Health Organization warned Wednesday countries emerging from restrictions to halt the new coronavirus must proceed extremely carefully or risk a rapid rise in new cases. Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said countries need to ensure they have adequate measures to control the spread of the COVID-19 respiratory disease, like tracking systems and quarantine provision. Some countries like Germany, Spain, and Italy have started to relax restrictions, while U.S. President Donald Trump has said his focus is on opening up the country again, even if it means more people will fall victim to the coronavirus. Public health officials caution premature openings of businesses and relaxing social distancing measures could cause a spike in infections, even in communities that have so far been relatively free of the coronavirus. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has told Parliament he will announce an easing of lockdown measures this upcoming Sunday. He's waiting a few days to ensure his government has the most up-to-date scientific data first. He said some measures will be relaxed as soon as Monday. This was the Prime Minister's first address to Parliament since recovering from his own battle with COVID-19. A top health expert warned U.S. lawmakers Wednesday to brace for a long and difficult war against the coronavirus as Congress held its first hearings about the fight against the pandemic. He told a House health panel fatalities were on track to top 100,000 by the end of May if the response is not substantially boosted. And, quote, as bad as this has been so far, we're just at the beginning, end quote. This is VOA News. President Trump reversed course Wednesday, saying his coronavirus task force will stay indefinitely, shifting focus to a vaccine, safety, and reopening the country.
There'll be more in the neighborhood probably of opening our country up because our country has to get open again and the people want it to be open, but we have to open it up safely.
Just the day before, the president and Vice President Mike Pence said the task force would wind down within a month and its responsibilities would be turned over to federal agencies. Some had voiced opposition to ending the task force, especially as COVID-19 cases in the U.S. continue to rise. European Union leaders predict a recession of historical proportions for the 27-nation bloc this year as a result of the pandemic. Wednesday, the EU released its first economic projection, saying the economy is expected to shrink by 7.5% this year before rebounding by about 6% in 2021. The EU Economy Commission said at a news conference in Brussels, Italy and Spain, two of the hardest hit European countries, will be among the economies that will suffer most. China's foreign ministry responded Wednesday. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo had no evidence that the pathogen responsible for COVID-19 came from a lab in Wuhan, the city where the disease was first detected late last year. The spokeswoman went on to say questions over the origin of the virus should be left to scientists, not politicians. The World Health Organization said Washington has not offered evidence to support these speculative claims, and scientists believe the coronavirus jumped from animals to humans, possibly at a Wuhan market selling wild animals. Venezuela's president said Wednesday his country will try 2 Americans allegedly captured during a failed raid by mercenaries. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says the return of the 2 former Special Forces soldiers is a consular matter.
We will start the process of trying to figure a way, if in fact these are Americans that are there, that we can figure out a path forward. We want to get every American back. If the Maduro regime decides to hold them, we'll use every tool that we have available to try and get them back.
President Nicolas Maduro said the 2 are convicts, confessed, caught red-handed, and are being judged by the Republic's Attorney General, by Venezuela's civil courts, and the process will be full of guarantees and fair, end quote. Venezuela announced Monday it had arrested the pair on suspicion of trying to topple Maduro in an operation supported by the U.S.-backed opposition. Wednesday, Israel's Supreme Court approved a coalition deal between Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his rival-turned-ally Benny Gantz, paving the way for a unity government to be sworn in next week. Under the 3-year deal, Netanyahu will serve as prime minister for 18 months, with Gantz as his alternative, a new position in Israeli governance. By remote, Diane Robinson.